So today I'm going to be doing a community review on Deadlock. Deadlock is a 6v6 MOBA third-person shooter. It's a very Overwatch-esque FPS game with a little bit of what I would say is League of Legends gameplay, and this game has been playtesting since 2013. Anyone who has the game is able to give access to other people who want the game. Before we get into the reviews, let me go over the format for this video. To start off, we're going to go over the rating this game got, and then we're going to go over some common statements that everyone said about this game. After that, I'm going to tell you guys about my own personal review of this game, and to finish it off, I'm going to go over some personal reviews from the Deadlock community. So I hope this community review is helpful, and thank you guys for watching. So to start off, I asked 15 people to rate their experience in Deadlock on a scale of 0 to 10. I took their scores, and the average of it overall was 8.8 out of 10. Now let's go over what could have caused this high of a rating. I had a lot of statements from people reviewing this game, so I'm going to show some of the common denominators from the statements. I think this will give us better insight on why people think this game is so great. So let's get started. The high notes. These are statements from people that were all positive, and they were said multiple times. People said multiple times that the movement tech is very satisfying. Once you learn it, it's very rewarding, and that the skill gap for learning it is very high, but it's very worth it. A lot of people were saying that the agents are very unique, and they were saying that the balancing on both the agents and the items are pretty good so far. The bad notes. These are negative statements that are also being said a lot. Although there's only one that I could find this game, it was a pretty big one. A lot of people were saying it. It was that the games last way too long. They were getting into games that last 50 minutes and they just weren't liking it, which is understandable, honestly. But what I think really makes this game special is the fact that they've tapped into the MOBA community and they've shown off really good mechanics to this community, that being their movement tech, their balancing, and their agent selection, and they're eating it up, rightfully so. So next, we're going on to my personal review. I don't even play MOBA games, but I still enjoy Deadlock. It's one of those games that will be there as a palate cleanser when you get tired of playing the other ones, but it's definitely not on the main roster of games to play. It is still there though. It had unique abilities and a wide variety of agents to choose from. This gave a very refreshing take on hero shooters for me. If you don't take the game seriously, you'll probably lose, but you'll have a lot of fun in doing so. Finally, let's go over some reviews from within the community. Easy 9 out of 10. I haven't played competitive multiplayer games seriously in like 5 years. This game hooked me hard and it's not even fully released. I enjoy it in small doses. I like how much depth there is to it, but sometimes games drag on and end up being pretty miserable to play in. I usually enjoy the early games the most. Never played a third-person shooter before, never played a MOBA before, but I got straight into Deadlock. Your abilities in teamfights feel impactful, pushing and defending lanes is great, farming camps and breaking boxes feel rewarding, and the movement tech is super satisfying to pull off. 10 out of 10 for me. It's got the skill ceiling, theory crafting, and mechanics I thoroughly enjoy in competitive games. In my opinion, I think this game bridges the gap of understanding MOBAs. 7 out of 10. I still think laning should be less about shooting little balls and more about interaction. The game is more PvE than PvP in its current state, and stealing souls just creates snowballing if you have better connection. Outside of that, it's pretty solid. 8 out of 10, but since it's an alpha, 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 minimum. For an early alpha stage game, this game is actually very solid with minor bugs. I've played a lot of games in the past during their alpha phase, and none of them were anywhere close to this polish compared to Deadlock for an early alpha stage. Not to mention, IceFrog is behind the making of this game, so those that know him from original Dota, he's amazing at balancing the games he makes. The movement maneuver itself is already such a high ceiling cap that makes the game fantastic. If you can master movement maneuver in this game, you can already outplay 80% of players in this game. Shit, you already know I'm obsessed with it. I can't get enough. Back with another match. Ow, 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 me, ow, ow. Yeah, that's it. It's fantastic in so many ways, but man, I've never played a more consistently demanding game. There's no slow pathing like other MOBAs, no round breaks like FPS games. Farming demands constant precision and a speed at a moment's notice. Slow reactions or movement punish economy, and to become poor is to die. Well, I know this community review was a little bit shorter than the other ones. I try to cut back on all the unnecessary rating that I made you guys do. I hope in this future this allows me to get even more responses from a broader community. It is still a little bit difficult getting responses from people, but it's okay, we'll push through that. We are still doing community reviews in the future, so if you guys want to join in on that, join the Discord in the description below. We're going to do different community reviews. I don't really know what. We're probably going to vote on the game in the Discord. I'm trying to pick a game that people in my community play so it's easier for me to collect reviews. So we'll see what that is. I really don't know. Thank you guys for watching though. Bye bye.